Okay, part 2 on Stephen's reading. I'm looking up the meaning of tep, and my binder was in the other room. Can't remember what the tep means. So hang in there with me. Teps, where are you? Spiritual activities. So it's in the reverse, and it is in the earthbound field. So, okay. So this can possibly mean that you are not paying attention to, or you're not going about, again, this was in Astia, which is earth. You are not paying attention to spiritual matters, and you seem to be focused in the earthly realm. So you seem to spend, and that kind of makes sense, you know, with your aspects on your chart. You're focusing a lot of your mental energy in the world of here and now, right? The stuff and the things that we have, finances and health, and it would appear that you need to be focusing more on spirituality, and that kind of makes sense considering your North Node. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. And also, I believe it is a call to be careful of health. I don't think wealth is an issue based on what we've discussed. But I think that it might be calling you to take better care of the triangle, the mind, body, spirit triangle, the whole that is Stephen, rather than what Stephen has or what Stephen's accomplished. Much more about who Stephen is in this incarnation, but more importantly, who Stephen is as the soul. Okay? So we already know that regardless of what you're thinking about, your focus is not necessarily on the physical world and all the things that go with that. It has to be on something higher. All right. Okay, now we're going to get into the Celtic Cross. The Celtic Cross spread basically covers a lot of different positions on different issues in your life. So in other words, it'll bring up a central issue, the energy around the issue, why you're feeling that way, what's on your mind about it, something that's happened in the past that might have contributed, something that's happened in the future, that's about to happen in the future that might be related to it, okay? And then additional things that lead us up to the possible outcome. Now, the possible outcome that we come up with is malleable. Remember that, because free will, everything bows to free will. You always have the ability to change something if you don't like it. Okay, so let's get into it. This is for Stephen. Again, Sun Leo, Ascendant Libra, Moon in Scorpio. Something we need to know. I'm sorry I've had to break this up into 2 videos, but I literally had a brain fart. I could not remember what that was. What's a central issue? Well, all right. Love is a central issue for you. The 2 of Cups. It's called love. This is Pisces. This is Venus in Cancer, excuse me, which is strangely enough where your Venus is in Cancer. So this is really funny. This is how you. This is about your love, your relationships, your one-on-one with other people. It could be romantic. It could be familial. It could be friends. But this has something to do with you relating to the other. In some decks, this would be you relating to yourself. And very often when we're relating to others, we're actually, like I said earlier, we're relating to ourselves. They're just bringing a mirror and putting up in front of us. But this really looks to be about love, okay? The influence around it is the Knight of Wands, okay? So knights are mutable signs. Here's the Knight of Wands. And you got it in reverse. And if I remember correctly, I'm going to double check your chart here. I think that your Mars, yes, your Mars is in Sagittarius. This is the Sagittarius card. Okay, and you got the Sagittarius card on the reverse. And considering your chart associations of Mars, which is about, it's the I am, Mars belongs to the Aries constellation, but It's the war god, right? So it's, as one of my favorite astrologers says, it's about fighting and fucking. And there might be a tendency that on the lower octave of Sagittarius, particularly with this aspect, and this card, as you can see, it's just looking at the imagery, hot, fiery energy, fast-moving, fiery energy, which is the nature of both Mars and Sagittarius. But in its lower octave, both Mars and Sagittarius have a quick and sometimes blunt and sometimes impulsive reaction to things. So maybe think about things, if we are talking about love here, is there a tendency either for you to be overly quick to you know, like quick to temper? Also, are you and have a very, very high sex drive? So if you have a very, very high sex drive, or you are ending up with people that have a very, very high sex drive, okay? Because this is on the lower octave, this tells me that there's a problem with this energy. So if there's a very high sex, we're talking about a very high sex drive, which is possible again with ascendant in Libra, and what was the other one? Oh, Moon in Scorpio, and Mars in Sagittarius. Is there a possibility that if we're talking about your energy here, there might be infidelity? Is there a tendency to put physical desires or impulsive physical desires before a long-term thing, okay? On your part or on the part of the people you're choosing for yourself, okay? So that's some kind of a central issue for you. Now, the foundation for this is the Queen of Swords, which is a Libran energy. Now, you have an ascendant sign of the Libra. Again, Libra is about the scales. You got it in the upright, which is the high octave of Libra, which is about justice. And again, back to this energy here, this could also be quick to temper. The Scorpio is a sign that's very sexy, but it's also, you don't want to piss them off because they hold a grudge and they will make you pay. Okay? And that's the moon we're talking about. That's emotions. So if you're hurt, or you're feeling a certain kind of way, there might be an impulsive urge to act on that, either hypersexually or hyper temporally. If that makes sense. Okay. So the Libra energy is the foundation for this. Now, like I said, Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is a very flirtatious energy. Libra is a very flirtatious sign. So it could be that you are if this is an issue for you, perhaps your flirtations are misconstrued by your partners. Is it possible that there is a Libra in your life that is the reason you're feeling this way? Perhaps it's a partner now or a partner that you're seeking, that you have a desire toward, or perhaps a partner in your past that is making you feel this way. Okay, and I'm not trying to make this a downer in any way. I'm just trying to be as honest as I can based upon that, because this is definitely about your love life. And I think we've talked about that kind of might be, you know, wanting to know why things were these particular things were happening, and love life was one of them. So let's keep pulling cards to see. So foundation for this feeling has something to do with Libra, either a Libra or your ascendant, which is what you project to other people. Okay, it's on your mind. Is the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this would be the lower octave of Aries. Again, Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. So Mars being the ruling planet of Aries, and Mars being the god of fighting and fucking, something is on your mind in that regard. I'm wondering if somebody in your past has hurt you, because you're open to love. This is in the upright, and you don't seem to have an issue around it, but you've got a feeling around it, and it's either you or somebody that's done this to you, or people that you attract to you. And it seems like you're thinking about how you've been fucked over before, which would be normal. Anybody would. And I'm just wondering if you've been fucked over by a Libra, or we'll keep going. This is recent past right here. And this is the Virgo card. So here's another Knight. Again, Knights are mutable signs, and that's Virgo. And I think we discussed that was it your Mercury's in Virgo and your Pluto's in Virgo. So it could also have been that either in the present or in the past, you have dealt with a Virgo. Virgo could be your mom. The Virgo could be your way of going about things. So of all the knights, you have the Knight of Wands, which is fire just a moment ago to look at. You saw the fast-moving energy of that. They're all moving in some way. This is the only knight, this Virgo Earth Knight, this is the Knight of Coins or discs, who's standing still. He's looking off into the future. This guy's a slow-moving planner. He plods along slowly, but he's steady and he's sure. So this could be your nature. Again, this could be someone in your past that was their nature. This could be an energy that you're dealing with. This could be a slow-moving energy, like nothing's happening. Like you want something to happen and to move, but you're feeling kind of still. And on a subconscious level, you probably know why. I don't know why. And your partner doesn't know why, but you know why on some level. Okay, near future. Oh, that's lovely. Ace of Cups. So there is love coming. Cups are water and cups have to do with relationships. And we're talking about love here. So there is love on the horizon. Couldn't have planned a better spread. This is great. So this love on the horizon, again, it could be an Aries energy, but we'll keep going here. But there is love to come. Yeah. Okay. How you feel. So the Ten of Cups is satiety, being satiated. You got it in reverse. You feel very unsatisfied at the moment. You got it in reverse, which is the lower octave, meaning you're feeling very unsatisfied. You're feeling incomplete. Whatever it is that you have in the way of family is not feeling that way. It's not satisfying you, okay? This is how other people see you. People are seeing you kind of heartbroken. You got sorrow, the Three of Swords, excuse me. These swords are piercing a rose, which generally is a symbol for the heart. So people see you sad. People can tell you're not happy, and people can tell that you're not satisfied. This is your hopes and fears. There's a Taurus. Okay, so this is a fixed energy like your sign, but you got it in reverse. So the Prince of Discs is an earth sign. It's a Taurus. It's fixed, and it's in reverse. So you have a fear of stagnation. That seems to be a lot of it. I think this energy and this in your mind is you. And again, I say quick to temper because I'm kind of focusing on your moon in Scorpio, excuse me, or quick to excite sexually. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be a number of other things. This could be the energy around you wanting to make a move. It could be based upon a Libra that's in your life, either someone that you want to be with or someone that you are hurt by. But whatever's going on here, you definitely don't want it to stay the same. You're done. Final outcome is the Hierophant. This is the Taurus card. Wondering if there's a Taurus in your life. We've got two Taurus cards here. The Hierophant kind of appears as a pope. It's again a Taurus, a fixed sign, and the Hierophant has a lot to do with, I don't want to say status quo, but it is. Okay, I'll just say it. It is. It's about tried and true institutions. It would be things like the church, law, the government. It is about staying with something that's steady. Good boy. It's in other words, if you stay on the track that you're on, focusing on what you're focusing on, things will stay the same. Even though there is love right around the corner. Like literally, this is your future, this is your past. So depending upon the actions that you take and what you focus on, this is the situation now. Love's on your mind, but there's an energy around it. And it's a negative energy. It's a fast-moving, impulsive energy that can be detrimental to you finding this cup of love. Your past is it's status quo, it's slow, it's steady, it's stuck, boring. This Taurus, that's your biggest fear, is that it's going to stay like that. And with the status quo card, the Hierophant, the safe institutions, it will stay that way if you don't make a change in how what you're focusing on. So if whoever this is, maybe it's a Libra, maybe not. But whatever this is, your focus on this is the foundation for what you're feeling. You're feeling angry. I feel you're feeling angry and impulsive and ready to jump. And that's what you're feeling. So therefore, that's the outcome based upon what you're feeling. So whatever this is here that you're thinking and focusing on is not serving you for your ultimate goal, which is to get out of this situation that you're in and move on to this, which is finding love. And this could be any kind of love. This could be friend love, familial love, romantic love, love of self. Okay? Love of self. Very important. Especially in spiritual development. And again, that's your North Node. So that's what you're going for. That's your life's lesson in this life. I would like to get some clarification here on who this is, if it's a person, and this energy here. I am going to pull from the cartouche. The cartouche is it's a fairly new divination system, but it is based on very old Kemetic or Egyptian archetypes. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for each of those. And this is not part of the tarot system at all. This is an oracle of sorts, or another divination tool like a rune or dice or playing cards. It's not part of the tarot hermetic system or occult system. Can I get clarification on the Libra card and the upright for foundation of the current situation? And I would like clarification on the Aries card in reverse on what's in Stephen's mind. Please. Let's start with the Libra. What's the reason for the Libra in foundation, and the foundation for all of this? For the whole reason that this is coming up here. Who's the Libra? What is the Libra? What does it mean? So you got Hathor. Hathor is the goddess that in Kemetic or Egyptian mythology that always looked kind of like a cow. It's either a lady with a cow headdress or it's a cow and human body. She stands for things cosmetic and for home and for hearth, for family. She's kind of about beauty and femininity. Okay, so I tend to think that this could be a mom, a mother figure. This feels like a female figure, whoever the Libra is. It feels like if it's not a female figure, it has something to do with your self-worth. So the foundation for this might have something to do with how you feel about yourself. And because her part of her energies has to do with aesthetics, how things look. It might have something to do with how you feel about how you look. It might have something to do with how you feel about your family or your place in the family or your place in a relationship. Or your home. Okay, and let's get some clarification here on this Aries energy. Who's the Aries? What's the Aries? Why is this on Stephen's mind? What does it mean in relation to the new love, the new joy that's in the future? Okay, that's good. You got Ptah. Ptah is it's funny, you got the female card here and the male card here. Ptah is the patron for men in the cartouche deck. And if you notice, he's got tools here. See, he's got an angle and a compass and all things that you use to measure and to build. This person's, God's energy is about using the tools that you have. It's kind of about following the instructions, okay? Whereas a lot of energy like this and like this might say, when you get the IKEA desk, don't follow the instructions, I know what I'm doing, and they impulsively act on it. This guy, okay, says, no, that's not how we do it. If you want to do it right, you follow the directions and you get the right tools, right? This guy follows the directions and he builds structures. He builds things of substance, things that last. Okay, you got it in reverse in the same section that the Aries card is in reverse. And again, remember, Aries ruled by Mars, god of fighting and fucking, god of war, right? But also about action and energy and sexual energy. Okay, in this situation here, you're not using the tools that you have. You're not using everything that you have at your disposal. You're impulsively acting on feelings alone. There's nothing wrong with feelings, but you've got to get clear on what the feelings mean. Okay? So there's something you need to look at about this Libra energy, or about mom, or about your view of yourself, how you see yourself. Okay? As worthy to receive the love. And this energy here, whether it is quick to temper or quick to excite sexually, is obviously detrimental to this. Because again, if you keep doing this, you're going to end up here, staying here. And Ptah is warning you here with the Aries card in reverse, that the way you're thinking and the way you are acting on what you're thinking, which is very impulsive, is going to keep you right where you are. And you will not be able to let this in, because this is here waiting for you. You've got to be able to let it in. And I think a lot of it has to, I think we're looking at a situation here before what you want can happen. Again, ruling out not doing this, not doing this. There needs to be self-reflection, reflection of your dynamic that has brought you to this situation here where you're feeling stuck. Your fear is to stay stuck. You don't feel satisfied. You feel hurt. Why are you having a knee-jerk, impulsive reaction and tendency to do those things that are going to keep you right where you are? In other words, you're sabotaging yourself. So before you move to that next thing, stop, breathe, and take a look at you. Take a look at you and the dynamics from which you came that brought you to this question here today. It seems really abstract, I know. Hopefully this will make sense to you. Based on what we've talked about, I think that this makes a lot of sense, actually. Not all of it, but because I don't know all the players in your situation, but based on what you told me in the little conversations that we've had, it seems right. And then this is very enlightening. So slow your roll. All right, so sorry, this is really, really long, but hopefully it helped a little bit. If you have questions on the chart, on the reading, on anything I've said, you know how to get in touch with me. You've got my email address. You can catch me on my or leave a message on the Facebook page, the Divination by Mimi Facebook page. I enjoyed doing the reading for you. I hope you got some help from it, and you take care.